We're here again with another episode of Ventthis to hear some ridiculous and some legitimate gripes about life from you, the listener. We have some listener gripes that we have that have come in on the website, and we have some comments that have also come in on our show or about our show. And Chris and Paul are both here. What's up, guys?
What up?
How are you?
Chrissy's in the trees today.
Yeah.
As a kid, I used to climb trees, so I'm reminiscing.
There we go. So, all right, everybody good?
Yeah, I was a fat kid. I couldn't climb trees. It didn't really work out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And if you fall out, it wasn't good when you're a fat kid either.
A little better insulated, I suppose. A little more padding.
All right, so nothing special with you guys. All right, so I was just wondering why do we have noses that run and feet that smell? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Chuck,
It confuses me.
Are you unlocking?
It makes no sense to me. Am I on what?
Are you unlocking the secrets of the universe?
Oh yes,
right here
yes.
on Ventthis.
I don't understand it. The feet smell and the nose runs. It seems backwards to me. I don't.
Maybe you can catch her.
I mean, there's a
your
point
refrigerator.
Where's the point?
I mean, you're right. Feet should run, nose should smell.
Right, exactly. So
Yeah,
why do
you
we
have a
have
point.
runny noses and smelly feet? It's it's just the silliest
Never
thing.
thought about it.
I think about
Well,
silly things all the time.
Whatever you do, don't get runny feet, because then it's going to be a bad day.
Oh,
That's
and you're
gonna
going to
be,
slip in your shoes and fall down.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to fix the world. We're just going to comment on it all the time. That's what we're going to do.
That's what we like.
So, exactly. And we have fun doing it. So let's keep doing it.
Good.
So, all right. Well, now let's get started. So today's episode is Wake Up, People. Yes. And Chris makes up these titles. So if you don't like them, drop her a line on the website. That's ventthis.org. And
Vent at Chris.
Talk to her about it.
You can vent to her about how you don't like it.
Yeah. She tells us what these should be, and I just read the material. So, and speaking of readers, our reader Loretta is not here today. So,
But she's back. I just spoke to her. She's back.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
We'll have
all right.
a lovely.
Well, we'll have her on soon as she decompresses. She's back into the atmosphere, and we've got to wait a week or something. Is that what it is?
No, I don't know, but she's here.
She's here.
Was she cryogenically frozen? What? I have yet to believe Loretta exists. I have no proof of a Loretta whatsoever.
No, there's a Loretta.
So you say.
And she's going to read a letter.
Habeas
No,
corpus.
she's gonna read the vents.
She's going to read the vents.
Loretta, how do you?
Which are letters. Read the letter, Loretta.
I want to do something there too. Yeah.
So, all right. So enough babbling. Let's get on, and Chris will read it, and let's run these vents through the vent pipe.
Here we go. My girlfriend always has to be the center of attention all the time. If we entertain or go to a party, she's right in the middle of a conversation, gabbing away and not letting anyone else chime in. At first, I was kind of proud of her for being so entertaining, but now it's getting on my nerves. I love her, but man, I want her to put a lid on it. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, some people do have an overwhelming desire or a need to be that way, and they need to fill their dramatic nourishment somehow, and they need help with their self-worth. I don't know. Let people be, but I mean, maybe there's loneliness, jealousy, low self-esteem. I don't know, Paul. What do you think?
I think she's killed somebody.
Oh, wow.
I think she's potentially a murderer. And she's very afraid of the conversation going in that direction. And so she tries to control the conversation so nobody asks where she was on the night of blank, blank, blank,
Wow.
2008.
Wow.
Yeah, I think she's been covering her tracks for a long time.
There's no
I would recommend
space.
a polygraph.
Yeah.
No, polygraph. That's what I would.
Are you saying
yeah,
Polly like Paul?
No,
I'll do it.
No, Polly.
Yeah.
Polly. I went to school
Polly.
with her. Polygraph. Yes.
Oh.
I can
She's
do
a
a
nice
graph.
girl, curly red hair.
Paul, have you been to a therapist lately?
I
that's
have
a
not killed
little
anyone, Chrissy. I
strange.
don't care what anyone tells you. I haven't killed anybody. That wasn't me. I wasn't there. I have an alibi. Sure, no one else was with me, but listen, I was at the mall.
You were at the mall. I'm
So
not believing
I was
he's
at the
that.
mall.
not, he
I
couldn't have been at
I
that same place. I got it.
But you know,
I was returning some videotapes.
I see.
this could be. I'm sure Paul's joking about she killed someone, but I mean, it could be a more personal, serious thing. It could be a personality disorder, which
Yeah.
starts early on. I mean, there is something called histrionic personality
Ooh.
disorder, and it's characterized by excessive emotional expression and attention-seeking behavior. So, you know, if they're
Wow.
not hurting anyone, enjoy the entertainment of listening to her stories or her show. And, and you know what? If you can't handle the way this person is, then maybe you're not right for each other. Just
Wow,
saying.
I
Dr.
think
Chuck.
Dr. Chuck with the
Dr.
Wow.
histrionic.
Yes.
I love
Wow.
it.
I'll sign
Yeah.
my name to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You know.
as much as I joke about the murder, the root aligns with Chuck, because I do think definitely Chuck, she's got some insecurity. She is she's controlling the conversation so that it can't go any place that she doesn't want it to, which could be some, areas of her insecurity. So
What?
I think, I would talk to her and be like, hey, look, I feel like the term I think we all like to use is pass the ball. You just got to remind
Yeah.
yourself to once in a while, just ask yourself, have I passed the ball lately? I mean, she might be hilarious. She might be well educated or well rounded, have great topics to bring up, but it's not a fun conversation if everybody else doesn't get to participate. So I would talk to her about just remind yourself, have I passed the ball lately? And
Maybe.
then,
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just
yeah,
going to say, okay, I just got the ball. I was going to say, get it, Paul? You tossed me the ball.
I see you. I
Yeah.
see you.
Maybe it's his problem, meaning, what if she's not getting enough attention from him? Maybe he should look at himself and go, maybe I'm not giving her enough affection or attention, and she's seeking it from other people. I can see Chuck jiggling in his chair, waiting to.
No, but it's because I have an old chair and it's flimsy. No, I mean it really seems just like she may have a serious problem. I mean, he even wrote that my girlfriend always has to be the center of attention all the time. Well, always and all the time are the same thing. So this compounds the problem by always all the time. Just
But
saying,
I
right?
I see what Chrissy's saying though, because that always and all the time could be his perception if he's feeling left out.
He's
If
hungry for
he feels
attention
like,
himself.
yeah, when they go to a
Possibly.
party, he might be really socially awkward. Maybe he's not good at conversation. So in his
Yeah.
mind, her chattiness is amplified to be like, oh my God, she never stops talking. Well, really, she's doing it maybe slightly above average, which is fine
Mhm.
because she's personable. But if he never speaks to people, and he never leads conversation, then he feels tiny compared to her ability. And he's probably afraid if we go in Chrissy's direction, she's going to leave him because he's boring.
Yes.
She's going to maybe if we were to get more info from this guy who wrote in, these conversations might be primarily with other men at parties. And that's where he's getting real insecure.
Yeah. Maybe all her action is with men and not bisexual activity.
Yeah, I suppose this could be a woman.
Would that be
who
the
wrote in,
word?
but
Where are we going with
omnisexual?
this?
Where she's talking to men and women equally. You know, would it be
Unisexually?
omnisexual?
Monosexually.
Well, no, that would be just one. Omnisexual
Oh,
would
yeah.
be all seven sexes.
Where
Oh,
are we
boy.
going with this?
I don't know where we're
so many-
going,
Well,
but I love to explore new places.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think they should have a discussion amongst themselves.
Crevasse came to mind when you said that. Anyway.
Well,
Just talk it out with each other.
yeah. You may find
If
this
you-
doesn't work.
If you got a loud mouth and you can't shut it up, tell her, look, when we go places, babe, just let other people chat. That's all. Just have a discussion.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my
And
2 cents.
yeah, just have yeah, you may find out that it doesn't work. Maybe he's just hungry for attention and
Yeah.
she's just better at being the center of attention than he is.
Yeah.
And so he's jealous.
Yeah.
He
Maybe.
he can definitely paint it as a positive though, like because you don't want to make the girl feel like you're coming down on her, or you know,
Right.
if she's already insecure, you could say, hey, look, you're great at conversation. The topics you bring up are really exciting. I think I notice other people want to jump in,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you're just so smooth and so quick, that other people don't really get a chance. People would love to chat with you about these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Maybe just keep an eye if people are trying to jump in on the old double dutch of this conversation so
Right.
that everyone gets a chance because you're so good at bringing up fun topics. Then it's like,
All
oh,
right.
wow,
Yeah.
it's a
Sounds
Well,
good.
win-win.
It
well, I
sounds
think
good.
we've perfectly fixed nothing here,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
There we
Moving
go.
Yeah.
on.
And this
Yeah.
is
Complete
what we
failure.
this is what we
Okay.
do best.
Yeah.
She's still a murderer, by the way.
So all right. So
Can I move on, Chuck?
let me see. Wait. Yes, vent number 2.
Vent number 2. Here we go. I live in an apartment building in Los Angeles and I'm single, so I tend to be pretty friendly. I'm a guy, by the way. So when I see people in the elevator, I start talking to them, but they don't care to talk back. Is it me or are people afraid to be friendly?
I think people in LA kind of suck. Can
Well,
I say
yeah,
that?
yeah, and people don't want to be friendly, and I
Paul
think
just
people are
lost all his
fearful.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
What? I
some
just lost
people
all
are
my friends.
fearful. Yeah. They're fearful and some people just don't want to engage in any way. You don't know. There's a lot of creepy people out there, a lot of strange people, and some people are fearful, of that. I think it's just a hit and miss. It just depends who the person is in the elevator or in the grocery store
Yeah.
or wherever you are.
Yeah.
I'm one that loves to strike up conversations and have fun wherever I go. Sometimes I get shut down. That's just the way it is. And I have more fun with 2 or 3 or 4 people at a time as opposed to being the center of attention, at a party of 150 people or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like it better just, 1 on 1, 2 on 2, 3 on 3,
Yeah.
4 on 4. So now I feel
That
like I'm
sounds
doing
like a
math
Saturday
class.
night kind of key party, is
Sounds
what you're
like a good
describing.
time, 4 on 4.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you're all clothed, then it's not good. But
That's what I was going to ask.
oh,
If
now
you're
Chris
close.
is
Yeah.
going, where are you going with this, Chuck?
Wait a minute, Chucky boy.
Yes. That's right, Chuck.
Little Chucky.
Hey,
Little
I'm going to
Chucky has
strike up
entered
a
the chat.
conversation.
Maybe
Chuck,
that's the problem. Maybe this guy's not wearing clothes when he tries to communicate with these people, when he tries to chat in the hallway of his building. Maybe he's naked and people are like,
People are going,
yeah, gotta run.
Yeah.
Cool
I don't
tan
think-
line.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
don't
that,
think,
I
Chrissy?
mean,
You don't think he's
no.
naked?
No, he's in an
No, I don't
elevator.
think
How
so
the hell is
either.
he going to get into an elevator naked?
Well, easy.
Well, there's no
when the
bouncer.
door's
You
open,
could
you go
get-
in.
Yeah.
You get in the
I could
same
get
way
in
as
my
if you have
elevator right
clothes
now
on.
naked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have a handheld camera with Paul right now, and we're going to do an example of Paul getting in the
I'm going
elevator.
to take my clothes off.
Or we
Yeah.
could do a graph on the whiteboard, but we won't go there.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this guy is like you said, Chuck, it sounds like it's a numbers game. I think he's just got to keep chipping away at it. It's cool that he's being social. I think one thing that makes LA tough in particular, and it may be a factor for him to consider, everybody wants something from everybody.
Yep.
Everybody's trying to make it in this town. Everybody's hoping you can be that next contact who can get them to where they're trying to be. So you're not really being authentic. You don't care about them. You
What
just want to
can you
know who
do?
they
What-
know.
Yeah.
What can you do for me?
That's exactly
And people are just
right.
tired of it. And especially he might be in a good building with people who do have connections. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I hear this every day, everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And so, maybe just keep that in mind. Don't let it get to you and just keep chipping away. Just be
Yeah.
social and,
Yeah.
you know.
All right.
I'm like Chuck though. I
No,
talk
you're
to
not. You're not anything like me.
Thank
Damn.
God. Thank God.
Like,
No, I
So-
like talking to people.
Served
My
and
husband's always-
spiked.
yeah. And my husband's always making fun of me because I always try to talk to people wherever I am. And
mhm.
it's a hit or miss thing, either they talk to you or they don't, or they smile or they don't. I also think the COVID thing in elevators sort of made people skittish a little bit because the whole breathing in other people's air, keeping to yourself. I don't know. That's just my sense.
I think Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think elevators, I think if we were to offer this guy one specific piece of advice, hallway, fine. Elevators, don't.
People
Don't
feel
do it. You
trapped.
know,
Yeah, you're trapped in
Yeah,
yeah,
there.
maybe
there's no
so.
But you got to know
escape.
your audience. I mean, I make
Yeah.
jokes. I
Yeah.
make jokes in elevators too, but you got to look. If somebody comes in and they're very timid, they're nervous, let them be
Like a
alone,
one line throwaway. Don't ask them about their day. Don't, if the door, or if someone gets out who was wearing a weird shirt, you can be like, well, that was a hell of a shirt, fine. Just because you could just nod and say yes. There's no obligation on the other person to like continue a conversation. Elevators are a tough one.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's not a good place for.
I've had people, they get in the elevator and I go, what floor? Just being a nice person, I'm going to hit the button for them, and they just reach over and hit their own floor and don't even say a word,
Yeah.
Then, well, let's not make a joke,
I remember there was a turning point for me years ago when because I can get a little agitated if I feel like someone's rude to me unnecessarily. And sometimes you try to be social with someone and you get nothing back. Like you said, you offer, hey, what floor? That's what a courteous thing to offer. And then they hit the button. You're like, well, now I hate you. Like now because there's like sudden rage. You're like, what are you kidding me? I didn't ask you for anything. I offered you something. You don't even want my time for free. That's what an insult. And then it hit me one day. A lot of those people are socially awkward. They're not trying to be rude. People clam up.
They don't know better.
We might clam up if we go talk to a 150 person audience. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? They clam up like that one-on-one with a stranger. So they may not be horrible people. They might just be like, I don't know what to do. And then
they're opposite of me. I don't know how to shut up. They don't know how to talk. Right?
They don't know how to open up.
Well, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, say it. I see it.
Wow.
It's printed all over your forehead.
That was in volumes right there, Chrissy.
No,
that was in volumes.
I was just going to say, Chuck threw me off. Well, I was just going to say, to test your audience in an elevator, smile first. If people smile back, then you kind of know that, they might be willing to say, how are you, or hello. But if you smile at people and they don't smile back, that's your cue to just keep your mouth shut. That's my 2 cents.
All right. Well,
100%. I think that works in elevators with people.
Everywhere.
I think it works at a bar if you're trying to flirt before you walk up to a girl. Like see if she smiles back, get a little eye contact. It even works with dogs. You know what I mean? If you look at a dog and the dog just gives like, don't pet that one.
There you go.
He starts wagging his tail with his tongue out. You're like, oh, cool. Test the waters, Chrissy. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I find a lot of times dogs don't want to talk. Anyway,
the things they've told me about you, Chuck.
Chuck's still trying to do his shtick, throwing his.
What shtick? I don't have any shtick. I just talk. What, you don't want me to talk? I won't talk. Are we in an elevator here? What's going on? Jeez, smile, Chrissy. There, see, she's smiling. I feel like I could talk to her now. Paul, not so much. Paul looks depressed. I don't know what, he's looking down. Oh, there he goes. He's showing off the new fillings he got.
I'm here. Yeah, they're silver. That's how old I am. When they used to put mercury in your head right next to your brain and hope nothing changed. Yeah. Good luck, kiddo.
Yeah,
Go save the world.
All right. So did we fix anything here? No, of course not. But that's what we do here at Ventthis is we don't fix anything. We just have fun with it, give you some ideas, some food for thought, and we move on. And before we go to the third vent, I just want to remind everyone, and this is kind of a new thing, but I want to remind everyone that we are now available to respond to your vents and your complaints at weddings and bar mitzvahs and corporate events. So keep us in mind when you're making plans.
We'll show up to your bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
It'll be a mitzvah.
It'll be a mitzvah.
That's nice. I like it.
All right, so that's it. Yeah, we'll do your bar mitzvah.
I keep looking at Chuck. Every time he moves, his hat disappears. It's like I'm fascinated by it.
Are you really? It's a magic act.
Fascinating.
It keeps moving.
Is it better if I do it this way?
A little lower.
A little lower.
No, I see what she's doing.
All
Chucky
right,
boy.
let's go. Let's go to the next
You
vent.
walked right into it. Chris set you
Look
up.
at Chuck. Put your hat back up. I can't see.
I was waiting for Chris to say it's the best you've looked all day. I was waiting.
How about that? Is this better?
I thought for sure. Yeah, Gilligan.
I look like
great. You look like Napoleon. You look like more like Napoleon Bonaparte.
Yeah, Napoleon. All right, here we go. I'm moving
Oh
on
my
to the
God.
next
Maybe a
one.
matador? Kind of like a
All
matador
right.
hat?
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Yeah, we'll have a drum roll eventually. Okay. This is very long, so here we go. It's a
Oh
long
boy.
vent.
Oh.
Let me tell you a married man's worst nightmare. One night during dinner at our house, my wife's parents, who were visiting, expressed how they fell in love with our neighborhood and how much they wished they lived here. My wife and I live in Connecticut, and my in laws live in Wisconsin, so they visit 2 or 3 times a year.
That's a good place to have them.
That's perfect. That's great.
Okay, yeah. So I continue. So the in laws
Oh,
go back to Wisconsin and life resumes. 1 month later, the doorbell rings, and guess who it was? My in-laws screaming at the top of their lungs, "Kids, we bought the house right next door, and we can all
oh,
be together all the time,
oh,
every day." My wife is jumping for joy, and me, well, my heart just stopped. I'm turning the page. I
tie a rope
managed,
from the rafters. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
I managed to make a smile and pretend to be happy. My life flashed before me. Barbecues, pool parties, breakfast together, movie nights, all day, every day. So I said goodbye to my freedom with the shackles squeezing the life out of my ankles and my future. We need distance from our in laws, and I don't mean 1 acre. You Ventthis, what would you do?
I'm
Oh,
still wondering what a barbecue is. Is that like when he goes
Yeah.
to
That's
scissors?
when
Is
he
that a
roasts.
barbecue?
I'm
I
gonna
thought the mother-in-law
barbecue
was
you,
named
Chuck.
Barbara.
So
That's what I thought.
this sounds like Everybody Loves Raymond. This is a sitcom. That's
Oh
what this
Yeah.
yeah,
is.
it
Yeah,
does.
this is Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't
Yeah.
know. I say, you get some ground rules and embrace the situation with open arms and get some of that reciprocal love and just then give it and take it and enjoy what you got because you're not going to change it.
Yeah.
I think the simple fact that they didn't let him know that they were even considering moving next door
Well, that's a
until they
problem.
completed the purchase tells you who these people are.
Yes.
This guy is dunzo.
Yeah.
Fortunately, fortunately, he's probably somewhat broken in by having married the daughter that they created of that
Hmm.
personality type. So he's
Hmm.
probably kind of halfway to that sort of
You're
lifestyle
probably
as it
right.
is,
Yeah.
but that's not cool to not even mention like, hey, we noticed the house next door is for sale. We may come down in a couple weeks and take a look at it. Just guess
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Title is signed. It's up. What?
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Oh
It's like your wife comes
no.
home and says, "Honey, I bought a second home." What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
Yeah. I got us
conversation.
this dog. It's a pit bull. It should be fine. The kids love it. What the hell? What? You didn't even talk to me?
But then
I,
again, depending on the communication, I mean, if you've got open communication and all, it could be a beautiful, wonderful thing. You don't know.
well, I
Well,
think
sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say to your point, Paul, um, I think he has to make the best of it. And he has to say,
Sure.
I love your parents. This is wonderful, but we need boundaries. We need a little privacy. They just can't come on over. We're not going to give them a key. We're just going to make it work, but they just have to know that they're not going to be here 24/7. I just think a conversation will help. I hope it doesn't offend them, which it probably will, but that's what I think, because you're stuck. You can't do it. We always say when you marry someone, you marry the family
And
too.
that's it.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure. And
Whether you like it or
I,
not.
Yeah.
I wonder, Chuck, and you guys are both talking about communication. I have to wonder, is the communication better between between the wife, and the in-laws? Because I find it very hard to believe they didn't tell anyone. They didn't tell either of these people that
Hmm.
they were planning to buy the house next door,
The
which
daughter
makes me
knows.
curious. The daughter knew. So
Yeah.
maybe,
You think so?
he might have come on. You think your parents just spring up and spend a couple $100,000? I don't know. Well, in Connecticut, you're not getting a house for under
It's
half
not
a
a couple
mil.
$100,000.
No. Well,
A
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
million,
Because,
maybe.
Yeah.
well, and when he said acre, I wonder if he's being serious. Like, do these people really live on acre lots? Because these people are crushing it. I don't care who lives an acre away from me. If I have an acre buffer from society, that's, I think I can make it work. But I would say I would find it very curious to know. I would ask my wife very seriously, did you know and you didn't tell me? Because then, that's a bigger problem. Then it's like, if you're not talking about stuff like that, then
right. But maybe she thought it would be a great surprise that he would love the idea.
Well, if he loves her parents and they get along, but was that mentioned?
I don't think
in
he'd be
there that
writing
I
to
love
us.
these people?
I don't think he'd be writing to us.
Right.
No,
the wife. He's releasing gas here.
Yeah, and I think I don't think a wife would just assume. You know what I mean? That's like, I mean, honestly, like I'm really starting to wonder how marginalized this guy might be in the relationship, because if she did know and she's like, well, I didn't tell you, because I wanted to be a surprise, also because I wanted it to happen and I didn't want any pushback from you, so I didn't tell you. That's why, because they wanted to move there. I wanted them closer. I think it's great. And if you had a problem with it, it's what was going to happen anyway. So shut the hell up, Harry.
It's going to happen whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Yeah. This guy might be living under the doormat. This guy he might have plenty more vents to come.
He might be buying another acre somewhere.
First thing I thought was downtown studio man cave. Just, you know what I mean? Hey,
that'll make it worse, Paul. You can't.
Of course, I'm saying, but he's being edged. I think I see bad things ahead for this guy. But I think he could incrementally, as you're saying, set the boundaries. The boundaries are the key. And if he's comfortable with setting boundaries, then this is definitely the time to do it. But I just wonder if those boundaries have been getting eroded and eroded and eroded for so long over, so many different examples, that this is like, how do you tell a guy, oh yeah, guess what? I've known and you did,
There's been a crack in the hull for a long time and he's been taking on water. And now he's
well
sinking.
said.
Yes.
Well said, Chuck. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Now it's just a matter of time. Now it's pointing upward.
Yep. The bilge pump doesn't work. The bilge pump doesn't work.
He's not even horizontal anymore. The ship is vertical, brother.
They're all at the bow.
This might be the last bow.
The last bow.
Take a bow from the bow.
Take a bow. Take my bow, please.
We'll be your life jacket, though. We'll be your life jacket, buddy. You reach out. You're going to have so many more events coming our way.
I think we should tell him to write to us and see how it's working out. We'd like to have a follow-up.
Keep us in the loop. Yeah. This could be ongoing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do we got with this? So we didn't take care of that, but
as usual. Yeah.
Well, we gave him some good advice.
Yeah.
No, we gave him some, set up some boundaries, communication. Sure. Definitely we set him in the right direction. And we agreed with him.
And exactly. And find a realtor.
That one that your parents haven't paid off yet. Come on, your in-laws.
So, all right. So we got a couple of comments, right? Do we have a couple of comments? Yeah. No, are you reading those, Chris? Or
which we love getting comments, everybody. Yes. So if you have anything to say about the show, about Paul, Chuck, well, then you'll have plenty, and about me, let us know.
Yeah, ventthis.org, or the phone number, and we'll give it to you at the end. Hey, I'll give it to you now. It's 818-570-2535. You got a pen and a piece of paper? Record or just play this back, and you'll hear it again. Whatever works. But keep in mind, sometimes these are not timely because you can listen to these Ventthis episodes in any order that you wish.
Yeah.
So people are commenting on different things that we've done on different episodes. And there you go. So what do we have, Chris? Who said what?
All right. Here's the first comment. Again, this is to Chuck's point. They wrote, this week's podcast is pretty good. Chuck sounds the same. The new guy, well, I guess he isn't new. Paul, I heard him before. He is pretty outspoken and is funny. Chris sounds the same. Very cute.
Very cute. Oh, this is before they got video. Cute?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Actually, you're looking especially nice today, Chris. You combed your hair.
Shots
and everything.
Fired. Shots.
Yeah. It's today Monday. That's when I comb my hair.
No, she did her makeup, everything. Catch her on a Wednesday. It's a whole
it's a different story.
No, she looks great.
Thank you.
We love our Chrissy.
Thank you.
All right.
Well,
so
especially in your natural element with the sun shining on you and the trees.
What kind of
Perfect.
trees do you think those are? Maple or I can't tell. No, they look
not
like
maple.
fern
Some kind of pine.
or pine, maybe. Yeah.
Pine, yeah.
Yeah, go with
Okay.
tree.
I see a nest in that one up there. All right, go ahead. What's the next comment?
All right. Yeah.
That was me being a
Here's
little
the
bird
next
flying out of the
comment.
tree.
Oh, this one's all right, here we go. Wow, what a weird and different podcast, but I like it. I find Chris a bit strange, but some of the other people are kind of cool. Chuck and Paul are funny together. I'll be listening. All right,
Hey.
goodbye.
Great. Well, welcome.
Chucky baby.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
leave
there
me
we
high
go.
hanging, brother.
five.
Hey, high five.
Nice.
Look at that.
Boom.
Nice.
That's like, all
Chrissy,
right,
we
well,
like your weird. We like your weird.
yeah,
Whatever that
yeah,
was. Yeah.
Weird is normal for me. I like weird. Anybody could be normal, and that's why they call it normal. You know,
Yeah,
my
what's
mother
not
even
weird?
used to say to me, "Why didn't God give me a normal child?" It's like, why be normal?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you know. So, but so
She might have had a particular point,
she,
but for
and
the most
she,
part, you know,
yeah, and she may have had she may had a special thing in her mind of what she expected as a child, and then she got me. So
she was
yeah.
lucky to get you, Chucky.
she
I like to
scored.
think that. Yes, she
She
scored
loved
big
you.
time.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know why Chrissy titled this "Wake Up, People," but that was titled "Wake Up, People." And if you don't like these titles, hit Chrissy on the website at ventthis.org and tell her what you're thinking. You know. But so that's it. It's time to
We're
close
done.
out. Yeah, we close out this episode. Chrissy, Paul, thanks for being here. And it wouldn't be as much fun doing this alone. I got to have you guys with us, you know.
Yeah.
So
Or
we're
I
gonna
gotta
put
have
wake
you
up
guys
to
with
bed.
me.
Is that what we're gonna do? How about a
Do
cheesy
what?
joke at the end?
Cheesy
We're gonna
joke.
put the wake up episode to bed.
Oh, yes, we're putting the wake up episode to bed.
Oh,
Look
I
at
got it
that.
now.
I'm
Cheesy.
sorry.
How about
I
a
was
slice of cheese at
sleeping.
the
I
end?
was sleeping the first time you made that joke.
It was a
So-
snooze. It was a snooze.
All right. No more. Let's move on. So,
All right.
people don't forget to check us out. Follow us on Instagram. And now we're on YouTube at Ventthis, all one word, Ventthis. Check us out on YouTube and see what we're doing instead of just hearing what we're doing. Go to the website, write us a vent, or send us your comments. That's ventthis.org, ventthis.org, and tell us who you are. Just give us some idea of who you are.
Where you're
you know,
from.
Yeah, I'm Joey in the
call
trailer
us.
park. I'm a
Yeah.
multimillionaire in New York City. I'm
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
give us some backstory.
We want to
give
hear
some backstory.
voice vents.
Yeah, we'd like to know, who's listening and from where, and leave us a voicemail vent. That's even better. We love playing
better.
voicemail vents. And look at this. I'm just kind of give us a voicemail vent.
mwah.
Yes.
Chef's kiss.
So
Chef's
there you
kiss.
go. And so call us at 818-570-2535. That number again is 818-570-2535. Leave us a voicemail vent, and you'll hear it on an upcoming episode. So go out there, make it a great day, and if you see someone doing something that bugs you, tell us about it, and we'll discuss it.
Great.
Boom.
Oh,